guys. Appreciate you watching this episode of RSG, man. If you may not know, we have just started our Discord channel, man. If you want to be able to sit down with us, have some conversations, have some banter back and forth, come see us.
We have an active channel where you guys can talk with Justin and I regularly, and we have race predictions.
And occasionally on Sunday, you'll be able to speak to Rod and I personally, and also we'll have guests.
And when we drop any announcements or merch, that'll be the first place you can see it.
And we'll also have some lucky fans be able to ask some questions to our guests. So hit the link in the bio.
Justin Gatlin is the latest in a long line of sprint sensations to emerge from the USA.
Gatlin got a good start. Look at this man coming through now. Gatlin. What a fantastic performance from Gatlin. It's all about Gatlin.
Ultimate goal is to be one of the best sprinters in history.
And what a fantastic performance from Gatlin. And look at the time.
It's the American leading the Jamaican at the moment.
He knows he is the world champion.
Justin Gatlin is the world champion here in London.
What's going on? What's going on, fam? We back. We in the building. Man, it's been a long week. I don't know about y'all, man, but getting up to see these races in real time has been taking a toll on my sleep. But I guess I'm Japanese now, man. I'm on that time zone, boy. So, but who else is in the building with me? Who's up, always getting up at the same time? We always getting banter back and forth. It is Mr. the Bearded Wonder himself, Mr. Green. What's going on, baby?
Man, right here. Go Birds, I want to say. If anybody watched them Birds today, I got up early, went back to sleep, and then I watched my Birds. If you watch today, we won today, so let's go.
Go Birds. Go Vols, too, boy. We putting up basketball scores in football, man, so we doing our thing. But we also want to say that we have a guest today, man. Would you like to introduce our guest? There he is right there.
Man, we got our guest, man. 3-time Olympic gold medalist, 8-time world champion, LaShawn Golden Boy Merritt, man. What's up, man? We got the gold medal talk. I ain't no gold medalist, but we've been having gold medalists come in. I've been blessed to help coach LaShawn before. Both of them, actually. I've had a hand in helping coach both of them, and it was definitely a blessing. I learned a lot for both of them, and I appreciate LaShawn, we appreciate LaShawn coming to Ready, Set, Go. We got to do a sit-down, though, Sean. We got to go through your whole career so people understand you was like that.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man.
Bro, you know what the fact is? I just learned also. The fact is that every year of your career that you competed, you won a gold medal, bro. If it was a year that it was a championship, you came home with a gold medal, dog. That is consistency right there, dog. You don't know other color, do you? You don't know what that boy coming with the gold every time, dog.
Man, good career, man. Good career. Long career, too. I had the pleasure of training with you and having Rodney train me. So, man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all helped me tremendously throughout my career. So I appreciate it.
Let me tell y'all a quick story about LaShawn, man. When I talked to LaShawn and when I was helping coach LaShawn, y'all know this man never thought about breaking the world record when he was on the top. Never crossed his mind. He didn't want. He was like, I was winning, so I mean, that was enough for me. I was like,
man, you know what?
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I think I fell into the sport so late. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Y'all hear me good? Okay, man, I feel like I fell into the sport so late. It became more of a job than anything else than trying to be like the best ever or household name type of thing. I just fell in it so late. In my junior year, I started running the 400. In my freshman year in college, I turned pro. So I looked at it from more of a business standpoint and just to see how long I could continue to win. I don't know why I didn't, but when I think about it, right, when I finally got to the point where I decided to push it, I had a toe injury. And what that would have been was for me not thinking so much through the zones. That slight thinking through the zones, I believe, just made me play it safe instead of just taking the zones further and just getting into it. I was chopping it up so much, but that plays a part to my consistency.
Yeah,
facts. For those of you who don't know, in the world record race with Van Nika, LaShawn had like the fastest 200-meter split going through in like 20.6.
It's crazy, man. It was crazy. We felt good though, man. But I don't know what they're doing now. They running now. Everybody running.
Oh, yeah.
There's some guys running this 400, man. I'm like, God.
So let's talk about it. Hey, let's see if we can bring up the video from the 400 finals this year of this World Championships. And LaShawn, what did you see? Like when you watched this race, there's actually a couple guys in the race that you used to run against too. So like
Yeah,
Karani,
absolutely.
and when you watch this race, all these young cats out here, and I mean their build structure is way different than yours from back in the day. You know, you was in the Michael Johnson era, which was like big shoulder caps and keep moving. What do you see now when you see these guys run, man?
Man, I see light runners, younger runners not afraid to go out in the beginning. This young boy right here in lane, what's that, 5?
Yeah, that's
Smooth. Just
Yeah,
smooth, man. Never panic, shoulders low, came around this curve and they moving, but it became a rhythm type of thing. He came around this curve and got into a rhythm and held it, and not a lot of muscle memory. I mean, not a lot of muscle. So as far as that lactic acid building up, not trying to overextend, just really taking it a step at a time and getting into a nice rhythm and taking it all the way through the line. These young boys running.
So do you look at them and say, okay, their light frame is by design, so it's almost like a hybrid between a sprinter of a 400 and someone who does more distance, maybe like a real fast 800-meter kind of guy?
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like when they're lighter, there's a little more over distance that could be put in. So as far as being able to cover that back end, they don't have to, well, with that lighter frame, if you trust it and your engine, you got a big engine, but that light frame, and at one point the arms carry the legs, and you start to use those arms and open them up and went through the stress adaptation through training and able to actually pull that arm back and get range of motion and the frequency, man, I locked
Different
up a
level.
lot. Different level, man. And especially when you
Level.
got the heart, when you can get out like that and still have the heart and grit to push and keep that rhythm. He kept a good rhythm, man. That was good.
Yeah. 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 So go ahead, Rob.
Nah, I was saying for the younger guys, he ended up running like 43.5, and I don't know if you watched the Olympics from the previous year. What's the name ran it a little bit different. What's his name? Quincy.
Quincy.
Yeah.
When you watched him run and he ran 43.4, how he ran is totally different. He probably had a slower 300 and probably one of the fastest last hundreds in history. Like, what was your take on him running that? I know we're talking about worlds, but I want to hear about what you thought about that.
That was special, man. I didn't know. I can't imagine myself. I'm just putting myself in the shoes of being in such a deficit and coming back like that. That took grit, that took will. I could tell he does a lot of distance training, also over distance training, which if you can trust that and come from that deep and give it total body movement. He had to maximize arm length and stride length the whole way and actually took it all the way through the line. And it lets you know there's not one way to get there. There's not one way to get there.
You know, I know exactly what you're talking about because I just ran a 400 a couple of days ago, man. You know, I'm in the 400 game now. You know what I mean? So I go out there, get my 400s in. You know what I mean? I'm definitely under a minute. So
Okay.
the chat can vouch for me on this. You know what I mean? I get my 400s in. It may have been because I lost a bet, but I fell in love with it halfway through the race. You know what I
You
mean?
definitely
So,
didn't
love
fall
it,
in
man.
love with it.
It's
You
a
was a pain
beautiful
the
race
whole
though,
way.
man. When you learn how to run it and when you know how to shift gears in that race and you've put in the work, it's a beautiful race, man. I
all
love
I'm
it.
gonna say this, LaShawn. When you ready to drop into a Masters race, you let me know, man. I'm about to be your teammate, dog. We going out there. We gonna run a 4x2 or 4x1 or something like that, dog. So
Okay,
we gotta get
okay,
one
I'm
more
with it,
in.
man.
Hey, so
What,
let's
Love it.
go ahead, Rob.
no, go ahead, Justin.
No, I'm gonna say let's get into these relays. I know the chat talking about these relays.
Oh no! Before we get into the relays, I want him to talk about what you thought about Sydney's 400. First year into the 400,
Yes.
broke the American record. Well, it wasn't even a break. It was like she shattered the American record. First woman under 48 seconds. Her and Polino, and 39 years, man. What was your thoughts on that race?
Man, Paulino's special herself in that event. And to be out in that outside lane, I know she had to run. But Sydney, man, Sydney's one of a kind. Sydney's one of a kind. Sydney can do it. I understand her mental aspect. I've seen her grow up and she can handle it mentally. She has an amazing coach in Bobby. I know Bobby pushes her to the limit as far as discipline and really believing in herself. But to be able to strategically come out, because that race is a race of strategy too, and to be able to take that energy and distribute it throughout that 400 and to run the fastest time in 40 years. There's a lot of discipline and following the course, staying the course. But that's special, man. That's special.
Yeah.
That is special.
Yeah. Man, I never thought it would be a day where I come and I watch somebody out here just jump into the 400. Not saying they just jumped into it, but I mean, really trained hard for it,
Right.
right? Obviously, has sacrificed health, mind, and body and everything else. But to be able to do it at that level she did and be able to accomplish what she did within a year where she ran only a few races, that shows you, man, if she went out there and ran a little bit more, man, we might be looking at a world record at some point. So,
Yeah, it's coming. If she stayed with it, I believe it's coming.
yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
she definitely gonna stay with it, man. She with Bobby Kersey. That's what he do. That's what he
That's
been
what
doing
he
from the
do.
80s.
Man, Bobby
That's what he
might
do.
wake up tomorrow and be like, "Hey, we about to run into this 800 real quick. We about to go into this 800 and scare some
Right.
people."
She gonna be talking about seeing the sights with her husband. He gonna be like, "We got one more practice."
Absolutely. Bobby's tough, man. I heard Bobby was one of those coaches. I've never had a coach that lets you know the workout once you stepped on the line. I heard a couple stories that he's one of those coaches or coach people like that. He don't let you
Yeah,
know
he
what you
does.
got until you step on the line. And I don't know how I would have handled it. I would have handled it, but
You
that's
live
a
your life in
mental
fear.
game, man. Man, it's a mental game, man. Just whatever. Hey, I'm just ready. You always ready.
They
Yeah.
hit you with we got 8 400s today with 4 minutes rest in
Mm,
between, and I won them all in 52 seconds. You like,
mm.
what?
Ready? Go.
No.
Yo, bro, wait a minute. That's
Hey,
special, man.
so let's get into these 4x4s, man. Did you get a chance to watch the relay as well, man?
I did. I saw the U.S. Get interfered, and I saw Kenya get interfered. The same type of thing from the same team, and I saw them do the race over, and I saw the finals, and I saw the women. Women dominated, but we can run through. I got a question too. When y'all play it and it cut back on me, can y'all still see the video?
Yes,
Because
yes. We all
it
see it.
cuts,
Yeah.
but I can't see the video. Like it starts for a second, then it cuts off on my end. So I was wondering if y'all could see it.
Oh, okay.
Like while it's
Yeah, we
going, because
see
I was wondering.
we see the video. Yeah, we see the video in its entirety, so we can see the whole
Oh yeah,
video.
I haven't seen a full one yet.
All
I
right,
don't
Uh-huh.
know
play the video.
why.
Play the video. Play the 4x4 men. You can see it.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
see it on.
See, I see it now, and the other ones it usually just cut off right there, and it's just me, so I can see this whole one now.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
cool.
Cool. So let's
Let's
Oh
jump
yeah,
go.
into
this
it.
is
This hey,
good.
this first leg. What you see? I mean, you see
First,
obviously Wade out there too. You see Botswana's out there. They making moves. I mean, Qatar was in the mix
absolutely.
too. So, what was your thoughts
Qatar
on
was in the mix,
Botswana?
man. I feel like they ran a great leg. I feel like Botswana right here. I feel like Leslie could have went by, but he held his composure. Oh, they switching quick. What's this? Oh, this third leg. This third leg right here, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what Wade.
This
That's what
third leg.
Ray
Look at
Dreamer right
Wade.
there.
Yeah.
Man, I love the rain. I love that it was in the rain and not the perfect conditions. So I love it that it became to a mental deal. Then right here is when I was talking about how that rhythm versus straddling. You see how he kept that rhythm, that light frame. He just keep it going. Man, that's tough to do. It was tough for me to do that because of my muscle mass. But I feel like
So
when you
that's
have
what
a
you're
lighter
saying.
frame, yeah,
Yeah,
how
so
he
that's what
just
you're
can
saying.
keep
Like
it going.
watching Ry Benjamin right there, how he had that stride length with power added to it, like you were saying,
Hmm.
and then watching that rhythm of the Botswana runner,
Hmm.
like
And that
he just
lighter
put the power
frame.
into the rhythm, and it just kept going down the
Hmm.
track.
Hmm.
Okay,
Listen,
gotcha.
I've
Yeah.
never, even though Rye is such an X factor, you are always the X factor for the USA. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I always used to tell you that because I remember with Rye, I've never seen him lock up like this. This is the first time I've seen Rye lock up like this, like somebody
That
made
was
him
a
lock up.
good race too, man.
It was,
That
it
was a
was,
good
it was, but
one.
that's the first time. And then because it's being in the rain, you know it's going to
Yeah.
be slower because the track is a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
softer. It doesn't absorb your foot doesn't come back off the track as
Right.
quickly as it should. So
Right.
I knew that was going to be like that's probably going to be one of the best 4x4s for the ages because it's like it was wartime. They got like a still
Yeah.
photo of a picture of Kipchimini. I hope I said his name right. Coming through the line, and his face just looked like I'm willing to die for this. Like he
Yeah,
just looked like
man.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
die. If you're not willing to die, I'm going to die for this. And that's what it looked like. Him coming through the line, him dipping out Rye Benjamin. But Rye gave it
Yeah,
his all. It was
he
a good
did.
relay. She tried to execute it as best he can,
Yeah.
but it was just a little bit running 43.5. Man, it's just hard
It is, man. To
run away
outrun
from that.
that. Yeah,
And
it's
then
hard to outrun that.
that was just a very insane race. And the guy from Nene from South
South
Africa,
Africa.
he was
Yeah.
coming
Oh
And
through,
yeah,
boy.
if
Y'all,
he
you
they
if you
was.
almost
look
got
at
the
that, yeah,
bronze.
if you look at that race and that last kick, Botswana was moving, but Botswana really ain't move until Nene from South Africa
Hmm.
tried to make a move. Then he went with him, and then he's
Hmm.
like, "Oh, I can win this. Hold on, we can win
Hmm.
this." And then he went for
Hmm.
Rye as Rye started to rig up a little bit. But I love this because guess what it does? It builds for the whole kind of like storyline when Rye and Taboho was going at it in the Olympics, and it made it an epic race. And then now you turn the page to this year, and then they got, you know what I'm saying, Botswana got their get back real quick. Now you want to see what's going to happen going into 2027 and 2028. So I'm excited to see what's going to
Yeah,
happen, man, for real.
Worlds and Olympics
Yeah,
between the
man.
USA and
Yeah,
Botswana gonna be cool, man.
yeah. King Rat always hold it down, man. He had an amazing 400 hurdles. I reached out to him. I told him congratulations, and you can't win them all. So I'm excited for that Botswana American not rivalry because well, I guess it's a rivalry. I hope they continue to go at it, man.
I think it's a
Oh,
rivalry for sure, bro. That's
It is.
because that's what I was gonna say. What do y'all feel about also their celebration at the end, man? It's like they had
Oh yeah.
everything already kind of like, hey, if we win, this is what we gonna do.
Hmm.
Like kind of rehearse
Hmm.
what they had going on, man. So that tells you right there the
Hmm.
confidence of them going from the warm-up track into competition. They said if we get this done, this is exactly how we're
Hmm.
gonna celebrate.
Hmm.
So
I
listen,
love
it's
it.
definitely a rivalry.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be a
I love
rivalry because I don't think any of them are over 24. All of them are 24 and younger. The whole and it's five of them. It's
it.
five of them,
That's
and all of
crazy.
them are 24 or younger. So they gonna see them. Y'all gonna see them.
I know Isaac, like, man, if I was 5 years younger, because Isaac used to hold it down for Botswana now. It was just him. And
Yeah.
he was their man. So I know he's excited for these younger guys to come out and keep holding it down for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Want to shout out to the chat,
Yeah,
man. Thank
man.
y'all for coming in, man, talking it up. We get into all the topics right now, man. We just warming up in here with LaShawn, man, trying to reminisce a little bit, talk a little trash, how we used to train together and get coached by Rod as well. But I want to say, Tina Edwards, thank you for the text, man. I really appreciate it. I love y'all too. DRL in the building, man. We got Grim in the building. We got Stephanie in the building. So everybody, thank you so much, man. We keeping the conversation going. Hey. Sean, man,
Yep.
what was your favorite medal out of all the medals you won and why? And what was your favorite
Uh,
race you ran?
Probably had to be 2008 Beijing for me. That was first time I went to Olympics. I was slightly considered the underdog because Germany was running at the time, but I had won Olympic trials. But still, he had uh, several years of success. He's had Coach Clyde Hart, who was his coach, and he still had Michael with him. So that was like the history of the event. And I had Dwayne Miller from Norfolk, and 2007 was the first time I ran 43. And it was not because I've trained a lot harder. I learned a little bit more about the event because I had only been running the event 2 years before I turned pro. So each year I learned a little bit more, putting the pieces together, being more strategic, learning more about myself in the sport, and got to Beijing, man, and really executed. I had a plan. I wanted to run 45, 44, 43. And at that time, I could close my eyes and hit numbers on a stopwatch like this. So I had it. I knew how important that visualization and execution was. And we executed, and that was the I won by the largest margin in Olympic history. And I feel like had I been pushed and really had to get into a competitive mode, I could have pressed it a little more. But throughout my whole career, it wasn't about running fast. And let me tell you, Rodney, it was mainly because I started without time bonuses. Well, I never had time bonuses, period, in any of my
I just told
contracts.
Justin. I just told Justin that. I said,
That's
I was talking to.
crazy.
I thought when
I
we
never
was
had
coaching.
time
I was
bonus.
like, hey yo, what's your time bonus is like? He's like, what's that? I was like, boy, you got to
Yeah.
be kidding me. You got.
LaShawn, that's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You out there dropping these hot ass times, dog. You got to get paid for it, baby.
Hey, and this when he was running like 19.7 in the 200.
No time bonuses, bro.
No time bonuses.
Listen,
But
talk
that was
about that
special.
19.7, dog. Hey, those 19.7s was when I was running the 200 as well. And
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You had me a little shook for a minute. I was like, hold on, man. I was like, because this is after we just trained with each other. And then the next year I went over
Yeah.
to Dennis, right? And then me and you were training, but I know how you train. And I was like, man, this man's a beast, dog. And then you start jumping in that 200, and then at the Bahamas, you dropped that 19.7, and everybody's like, nah,
Yeah,
man, it can't be
man.
real. It had to be windy. I was like, I saw that 19.7, dog. It's real. Then you brought
You
that
run a little
19.7
bit.
over to Olympic trials, boy. I was like, hold on, man. Woo! All right.
So you know what? 200, man, I've never been coached for 200. So that's my I have the foot speed. I am a sprinter, but I never feel like I did those 200-meter workouts really ever in my career. Those like hard 120s, those 250. I can't even remember ever running a 250 really.
No.
Like hard 250s and that 200-meter workout that I feel is just that longer sprint workout. So I did
Yeah,
that absolute speed, and then I got in the middle, but not that long sprint where you have like three 250s. I've never did anything like that. And then when it
I
became
believe you.
championship time, I never trained to understand how to break the race up. So I would always get to a point where I was running fast and I would get out of position. But I feel like had I did those longer sprint workouts, I would have known how to handle staying in sprint position longer. That 400-meter workout, I would get into several points where I would get upright and start floating, but it's what it
I knew
was.
that. I knew how I knew that because I will sit there and watch your race in the 200, and you had no
Mhm.
dry phase. You would get up to
Nope.
run, and about 45 meters, you already was at 19.7 pace, bro, and you just
Mhm.
held it all the way through the whole run. I was like, man, hold on, this dude is impossible. Like, who do this? Like, you're supposed to traditionally drive out, build up momentum, get up the top end speed through your transition, and hold it through that, or at least for the last 100
Right,
meters, the last 120.
right.
No, bro, you was already at 19 pace while you was
And
midway
just
into the
running.
curve. Yeah, that was
I
crazy.
know, man. And then
Dude,
Brooks never wanted to train me for it. Brooks never wanted to put any work in for the 200. He's like, man, I ain't worried about that. And I ended up making like some teams in the 200, but I just never went through those phases, like I said. And I feel like I could have ran faster. It was whatever. I won't go get paid no more to run faster. So it was.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
listen, I remember one time LaShawn had a workout with Brooks and I, and he would have injuries here and there, but on his good days, he would have great days, bro.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't do too much. We kept him off the curve because of the toe.
So,
And Brooks was just like he's like, take LaShawn and teach him how to run 100 a little bit. Justin, this dude's in flats. He run the first one. I say from a 3-point. Come through, we had the free lap come through 10:34. I said, bro, this dude just did that in flats. I said, how you feel? He said, I feel a little good. I said, get your arms a little bit more back when you're coming up. Don't come up as high, but I need you to bring them arms back for me. Hit the second one. 10:25. He hit the third one, 10:13. Brooks and I looked at each other. He was like, that's enough. That's enough.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, Brooks is such a
No rant. 10:13 in flats, bro.
Yo,
10:13 in flats, bro. Remember I used to tell you, I said, bro, you could run 9.9. You was like, you think so? I was like, bro, you could run 9.9, bro.
I'm glad it didn't sink in his head too deep. I'm definitely glad on that one, dog, for sure.
Man, I ain't want none of that 100 smoke, man. Y'all hit it, man. I ain't want none of that smoke.
Hey, you say that now until you went out there and dropped a 10-0 or 9.9. You be like, oh, this track is easy, boy.
If he would have dropped,
I
feel like he would have been before Fred. If he would have went out there and ran 9.89, he was gonna be like, I ain't doing this 400 no more. And when he would have saw what the money difference was, he's like, bro, I ain't going back, boy. Y'all, I'm downhill.
Oh man,
hey,
absolutely.
So did you get a chance to watch the women's 4x4? Because
I did.
Yeah, that was
I did. This was special, man. Every leg, I feel like whoever was the captain or the four went out and said, hey, let's just do our job. Let's get out here and move this first leg. US looked good, all legs. The second leg really broke it open, though.
Lynn Irby Jackson.
Yeah.
Lynn Irby Jackson. She split 48.
But Butler, this first leg, oh, wait. Yeah. And then they held it from there. Jamaican ran well. I love to see, she always gonna give you a good leg, but we was out. And I think Sydney ran like 47-8 split. I saw that. So she held it down, man. USA women continue to dominate 4x4. I love to see that.
For sure.
That women's relay, that's like a gimme. Like they could put like a 15-year-old girl on there and still make it like
finish around healthy.
They be walking the roller. And let me just let the chat know, like when the track is wet, you can't run as fast. The tracks with the track spikes and everything, when it's harder, you get faster time. So a lot of people are like, oh, it wasn't a great race. It's very competitive. It won't be as fast if the track was dry. So a lot of people don't understand how the rain could affect like running. Like I always thought Julian was in 10.6 shape at the Olympics. She ran 10.7, but she was running in puddles of rain. You see what I'm saying? So you're not going to run as fast on a wet track. So just so our chat knows. They'd be like, oh, the times wasn't that fast in the 4x4s as Paris. If that track was dry, those girls break the world record. I have no shadow of a doubt. They break the world record.
Yeah, it gets spongy after when it gets some water in it, so it gets spongy. So it ever so slightly, so every step becomes slower and slower, right? And you got to put more effort into it. Hey, Victor. So Victor asked a question. He said, "What was up with Femke's arms?" That was give up arms. That's what it was. It was so far. I'm just being honest. honest. We all know what give up arms look like. She ran that race where it was like, I can't catch Sydney, and Jamaica's too far out. Like, I'm not going to be able to make up that distance. Plus, it's at the end of the championship. I'm tired. It was hold my position, keep running fast as I can to make sure we in medal contention. That's what I saw.
Yeah, and you got to remember, she did the mixed relay, came back and did the 400s, 400 hurdles, 3 rounds, and then had to come back and do the 4x4. So always remember, she is the hero from the Netherlands. So she gonna be, and she gonna do it because she loves her country and she wants to help her country medal. She knows that she's the go-to. She's the X factor. So, kudos, hats off to her. She know she only had enough to just hold that position. Nikisha Price, she wasn't catching Nikisha Price either.
No, she won't.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
4x1s. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all ready for these 4x1s, man? Rob, what you think about it, man?
Man, I'm wondering where now, the last leg for Jamaica, Jolene, she did a fantabulous job. I was wondering where Sharika was. I was just wondering where Sharika was. Hats off to America. Hats off to Melissa being the first American to pull off the triple gold and being the second woman to pull off the triple gold behind one of the GOATs, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. But And these videos, man, listen, Kayla White handled that third leg like ain't nobody's
Mm-hmm.
business, man. Because
Mm-hmm.
twin ain't no slump. Twin ain't,
Mm.
twin ain't no slump, man. Everybody, Kayla White, man, shout out to her, man. I want to give a big shout out to her, man. She did her thing, but the girl on last leg, Jolene for Jamaica, man, she was rolling too, man. Shout out to the
Yeah,
USA
man.
for the gold medal. And
Hey,
to Germany, Lukin Kemper. I hope I said her name right. I said her name right. But she was riding too, man, for Germany, man. They got it in fourth or fifth. And she ran them back in the third, man. She was on it. Shout out
oh
to
yeah.
Germany.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And this is the second time I think they've been on the podium too. So that's consistency they're building up for sure. First of all, shout out to Chillian, man. You know what I mean? Especially this
Yeah.
is her last run. That was an amazing first leg by Chillian. It was classic Chillian start. And you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Against the, you know what I'm saying, at this point in time, the great Melissa Jefferson with the start that
Oh,
she has, the transition she has, how she runs off the turn, she couldn't put a dent in Chillian. That was
Nope.
an even race right there. Like
it
Shelly-Ann wasn't
was.
giving up nothing at all.
Mm-mm.
And by the time they got them six off, that's when it really got into effect. You know what I mean? TT handled the backstretch, but also that twin was on that backstretch moving as well. I think at that point in
Mm-hmm.
time, Jamaica actually was in the lead going into the third leg exchange, right? And then something happened with Jamaica where the twins had a bobble or the baton didn't get in the hand correctly. So then one sister had to put, I think it was, who was on the backstretch? Tina or Tia? Man, this is gonna be happening
I
for the
can't
next
remember.
couple years,
I can't
bro.
remember which one.
Some of y'all gotta be color coded or something. So on the back on the backstretch, you know what I mean? They had a bobble and they talked about it. Actually, the fact of the sister in second leg had to be able to hold the hand of the sister on the third leg to be able to put the baton in her hand correctly, and it cost them precious time, right? And I think they were a little hard on themselves, but the fact of that's what it feels like in those relays, man. It's high pressure. It's a different kind of pressure in them situations. Miss Kayla White, man. Miss Kayla White handled that third leg like a veteran, like a true veteran, dog. Like, hey,
Yeah.
she on NBC, she talked and walked us through how she handled that third leg with the baton. Because when she got the baton from TT, she had the top of the baton. So she's running with it like this, right? So she's running with all the baton going almost down to her leg. And she could easily did what everybody else usually do is, on the next pump, I'm gonna go ahead and just tap the baton through my hand from my leg coming up, and that's how the baton go exploding out, right? So as a veteran, she said, I'm gonna go and make sure that I run with the baton like this. And then by the time I give it off to the fourth leg, I'm gonna easily just switch hands by grabbing in the middle and then grabbing the other end and then give it to fourth leg and get it up out of there. She did her thing with that, man. I was very impressed with her. I think that third leg is her spot, bro. So
That's
Kayla, keep
special.
doing what you're doing. That third leg, your spot, girl.
Hey, listen, shout out to shoot, Coach Dennis Mitchell too, man. The whole squad was his.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
whole
wow.
squad,
Okay.
man. Yeah, the
Okay,
whole
Dennis.
squad. He coached all four. I think it's probably the first time in history one coach coached all the legs on the relay, which is crazy, man. He the man. And they got the
That's
goal.
special.
He the man.
Yep.
And he had 3 legs. He had 3 legs on the men's side too. So
Oh yeah, that is true. And to your point, Justin, when you go to the analytics of the first leg, it says that Shelly-Ann Fraser had a faster split than Melissa. Say 11:32 to 11:38.
wow.
So
Wow.
that would
Hey, that's the way you go out. That's the way you go out, bro. Hey, if I couldn't get it done in individuals, I'm gonna make sure that I get you in these first leg. So shouts out to Shelly-Ann. She did an amazing job, man, and a beautiful, amazing career that she's had. Inspiration to all of us, man.
100%. Moving on, like you said with the men, he had 3 on the men. Nobody was touching Christian, bro. Christian was the only one, I think, under 10:35. He ran 10:30 on that leg, all by himself. All by himself. This man, he owns that first leg, bro. He owns it. Just give him the keys from lane 1 to lane 9. He should be everybody number 1 on a Dream 4x1. Ain't nobody handling that first leg better than that. He doing it, bro.
Man.
He is special on that first leg.
And he owned it.
He owned it. I love the second. Him and Kenny, they were great this time. Now Kenny and Courtney, it was close. You know what I mean? It was close, but Courtney happened to get it. But soon as Courtney got that baton, just like I said, I told you Courtney should be on third leg. Boy, he handled business. Then he gave it to the young man. All state right here. This your insurance in case you bobble anything. I know the grass wasn't gonna have enough of leg speed to hang with this young man. So kudos to Noah Lyles and bringing home the gold and 37-29 in the rain. And I think that's what gave a lot of people caution too. Because if the baton is a little slippery, that's gonna F with you a little bit. Like it ain't dry. So like if you get it, you want to make sure that person gets it in the rain.
And the thing is like this is his real like. I'm not gonna say it's his first time on a relay, but is this his first time at third leg, Courtney, or he's been at third leg for? Because I know he did first last year, right?
He did first at the World Relays and everything. Okay. He just run a good behind curve. Even when he run his 200, he eat that curve.
Yeah. And the thing is that they always teach you, make sure you just put your hand flat and the baton's going to get there. He started reaching for that baton. It could have went disastrous. Shouts out to Kenny Bitt, keeping his cool. We know last year, and he also talked about this run was redemption for him because he messed up on the relay last year. And he played the veteran role from when he received the baton. That was a perfect handoff, bro. That was good. Between him and Coleman, that was a perfect handoff, man. And that was necessary, very needed to get out there.
Yeah, they needed it.
Because Coleman already breaks a stagger, man. That's my number one for life, bro. He's all. If I had to pick, he's always going to be that guy. From when we got the gold medal in 2019, he broke the stagger so bad. We just was running a time trial for the rest of the relay. It was no competition, you know what I mean? So he handles business on that first leg. That's his spot until he doesn't want it anymore. But you know who I'm surprised about though? Who ran a really good leg in the prelims in a leg that I've never seen him run before was Trayvon Bromell. Trayvon ran a very, very solid third leg, dog.
He did.
And it made me start thinking like, you got Coleman back in the picture and then you got Trayvon back in the picture and both of them are starters. So are you fighting for that spot or are you kind of transitioning to go into other spots? And that would probably be a good spot also for Trayvon. Never seen him run the curve before. Barely have ever seen him run a 200 for real. So to see him be able to get around that turn, I was very impressed by him, man. I was really impressed by him. And obviously, insurance is insurance, man. When you got Noah Lyles on that fourth leg, regardless of where his speed was this year for a 100-meter flat, he ran that last leg like no other. Like that's fourth leg right there. His top end's insane, bro. It's crazy.
Did you see the interview after? That boy's a character, bro. That boy be trolling. They was like, yeah, did you feel like Canada was behind you? He's like, they were. he's like, I didn't see it. I was like, bro, he just won't start trolling them.
Shout outs to all those boys, man. VA, Noah from Virginia, man. So always hold it down. And I'm excited to see Trayvon, man. I'm excited to see Trayvon after all he's been through in his career, man. To come back and from dealing with that Achilles. I mean, no, that was that was Trayvon.
He was dealing with the Achilles.
Yeah, bro.
To come back and still be locked in that, man. Because that was back when I was running. Like, bro, I'm old, but
his season was so impressive because he came to Claremont, you know what I mean, and he dropped that 9.9 out the gate.
Yeah.
Out the gate. So that junk was shocking to me. When he seen me dap me up, I was like, damn, bro, 9.9 out the gate. That's crazy. Then he went and then he dropped 9.
I'm a fan of Trayvon.
I said that.
I like Trayvon, man. Good dude.
That was so crazy, man. But LaShawn, I got a question about VA, man. So much come out the VA, man. You got clips out the VA, Chris Brown at the VA. You got you at the VA, Michael Vick out the VA. You got Allen Iverson out the VA. Jeez, man. Like what the VA? You got Francina McCory out the VA. Like, bro, what they doing around there, man?
I don't know, man. Something in the water. We even have a festival that's called Something in the Water. I don't know. It's that Tidewater area. It's not like a situation where there's a lot of people that come back and I ain't gonna say come back because all of us move back, but if we came together a little more in that area, more would be produced. But you got Ronald Curry, we got so many people from that area. It's not as prideful as some other places like Texas is known for this or Florida is known for that. So we don't walk around with like we produce it pride. And that may be a thing where we're not so prideful that the kids keep working. And we just keep working. We're kind of a blue collar, put the work in, and nothing's really there. We don't have any football team, national teams, or anything in that area. We have the Commanders, which is the closest like professional team. So people be really wanting to work to get up out of there.
No, we want the secret, bro. It must be those. What
Uh,
y'all have? What's your thing? Fish sandwiches?
No,
It's a
I'm gonna
fish
tell you
sandwich.
this.
The
No, on
crab,
the,
the
Crab, the
crabs.
on
crabs.
you know what it is. You know what it is. Everybody that go there to have their kids, it says Virginia's is for lovers. That's what it say on the license plate.
It is. That's how
So
it
they,
is.
so,
Genius for
so
love.
they so they make love and they make all these spectacular babies and they get out of Dodge. Yeah.
Oh, they make babies who are
I don't
fighters.
know,
I
man.
got you.
And I'm talking from athletics all the way to singing. I think Trey Songz from the VA too or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that.
We got some
That junk is
bosses,
crazy.
Sweet Pea Whitaker. It's a lot of people, man, from that area. And I love it. It's big military and where I'm from also because there's a lot of military bases. So a lot of people come from all over to come there and stay. And maybe that love, understanding that love, the unconditional love, if you have love in everything that you do and put it into everything that you do, whatever you decide to really focus on, hopefully with love comes other great character and principles that'll allow you to just be your best self. And when you're your best self and you know how to do that and channel it in a certain lane, you continue to excel, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Hey,
For
question,
real,
Rob.
the clip.
Yeah, the whole clip. That's a lot of y'all, bro.
Yeah,
I got a question, Rob. What you think happened
yeah.
to the Jamaican men in the prelims? Because we didn't get a
On
chance to
just
really
the
talk about it. Yeah,
Jamaican men and the South African men, both of them.
yeah, exactly. Because we had both of them in our picks, and neither
Yeah.
four
one
by
was able
one.
to get around. Yeah,
So
the 4 by
I'm
1.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go. I'm gonna go with South
Yeah.
Africa first. South Africa, I feel like they didn't put. I don't think Gift was on that relay. He wasn't on that. I think they were
Mm.
trying to preserve Gift, the guy that the
Yeah.
other South African guy that made the final. I think they
yeah,
was trying to preserve him, and that's why the qualifying time wasn't as fast. And then being over there, they closed out with that with the 4x1, and then they had to come back the next morning and warm up and try to get ready to ride or run another 4x1 to qualify by themselves. And which I've only seen America do that. I remember that in 2016 Olympics with that was Allison and English Garner. They bobbled the baton and then they got like a round to
Well,
go
no, no.
qualify and lane one, and then they went on to win the gold medal, which was crazy.
Mm.
Okay. Wasn't South Africa wasn't that fortunate. But with Jamaica, I think what happened was I think with what's the name coming in, what's his name? Keishane ended up swerving a little bit out of his lane. And when he put his hand back, like, because he was so out of his lane, when you're going left to right, that baton is usually in the middle of the lane. You're in the middle of the lane to hand the baton off. When he swerves out that lane, that boy baton way over on the other side. So he's going to miss him, and then he curls to try to get it, and then he taps it and it drops. But for me, though, I would just rearrange the 4x1. I put Keishane first. His acceleration is really good. He gets out. You know what I mean? And he moves really well. And by the time he passes it off, they gone. So I wouldn't put Keishane last anymore. I say, all right, because it happened 2 years in a row. Not saying that it's his fault. I'd rather put Keishane at first and put
oblique fourth.
Yeah, I put oblique fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what, man? This is off the topic of the 4x1, but something I noticed when I watched the 400 women's 400 with Sydney, she cut off a lot of meters because she ran that race. She hugged. She didn't run really good, but she was in the inside of that lane the whole time.
The whole time, yes.
And that cuts meters. Yeah, when I first saw it, for some reason my eyes went to that. And there was a lot, if you watch it, there's a lot of track left as she coming down the backstretch, coming around the curve. It's a lot of track on that outside. And that was
Yeah.
beautiful, man. I don't know why what that came up, but that cuts meters. We practice that.
Yeah. That's the fundamentals of it. Hey, Aaron, shout out to Aaron Brown in the building, man. Aaron Brown turned up in the chat, man. So hey, Aaron said, this is Aaron Brown Spider. Aaron Brown said,
Oh,
Jamaica's been doing this all year. You know what I mean? Starting from Miramar. So, I
mm.
mean, and he said, Aaron, what you said? You said Keyshane to Oblique to Akeem to Lavelle. Ooh, that's a nice combo right there, though.
See, but
I ain't gonna lie,
they
that's
ain't
a
put
nice
Lavelle.
combo.
They ain't put Lavelle on there. Like they say, he won't go on the relay practice. And I feel like the countries, like, I mean, yeah, you got to get. I get a lot of the countries or a lot of the people want their individual thing, but like, it's so much when you carry a country, and I don't know, like the problems with some of the countries when they trying to insert these people, because there is problems with their federations. This is why, Botswana had trouble with their federations and at the World Relays, and some other countries may be having funny with their federation, saying, "Oh, if you don't do this, we're gonna do that." But if you figure it out and you put the best 4 out there to get them to practice, man, listen, that's a hard team to beat with Lavelle on there, man. If they would have put Lavelle on there, or if he practiced, let me say that if he practiced, because they say he didn't go to practice, but if he practiced, man, a hard team to beat.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm being real. I'm all about equality. I'm all about the fact everybody needs to get a shot, an opportunity, and chance. But when you are a federation that's trying to make sure that they secure a certain amount of medals, especially a high-profile country, there's certain things you have to cut through certain red tapes to make sure things happen. I felt like Lavelle maybe wanted to take the opportunity to go out and do his 200 and see how he can get his medal in. But I feel like it should have been negotiated in a way to where it's like not just black and white. Like if you don't show up to practice, you ain't part of this team, right? Because at the end of the day, they could have had the opportunity of having someone like him on that squad that might have prevented, the mess up going into that, trying to go from the prelims to the finals, and it might have saved them. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, when you have someone with that kind of caliber of able to run 9.8 and also 19.6, like
5.
that speed, 5. See, you're leaving that talent on the table. Like you're not even like utilizing it at all. So I feel like there should have been some kind of sit down with his coach, Lavelle, and like as a relay coach, and be like, hey, we need you. What can we do to make this happen? And I think that would have been a more successful kind of like combination of having Lavelle in there with them, right? I hope they get it right. And I know we talked about it. Tina said it in the chat. These are young guys. This is a whole new young core of male sprinters for Jamaica, and they don't have a synergy. And I see it because I also saw it in Team USA multiple times. It's always the fact that if you have too many people to pick from, they never are able to build a synergy together. One thing that made Jamaica really, really successful, it wasn't the fact that they had split speed, but they had synergy to work together. Every person on their relay had an identity. They knew where they ran. They knew what they gave to that relay, and they handled their business with confidence, knowing that the next person is going to handle their business. That's why that's why they was always in the call room, joking around, laughing, doing all this kind of stuff like that, not being worried about what was going to happen on track because they knew exactly what they were going out there to do. So I think it's very important to build that kind of synergy, or a team's always going to be crossing their fingers when the gun goes off, trying to figure out if this combination works or not,
Look, you're 100% right, bro. 100% right. And the funny thing is, the smaller countries are always the countries that have the continuity between each other. So to see them go through that, it's just really weird to see that happen with them. You know what I mean? Not once, but twice. But I think after this happens, they get it right the next time. This is a little bit off the topic, right? Let's say we're going back to Sydney, because obviously ain't nothing this girl can't do. If Sydney breaks the world record in the 400 and drops down to the 200, is there a possibility we see her on the USA 4x1?
Yeah, she can do it.
I know she can do it. I'm saying, do we see her there? Do we see her there? What leg you see her there?
Oh, like physically, like she made the team and she has the opportunity to be on that. She's running.
Yeah, she won the USO trials. Leg 2.
You got to put her on the backstretch, bro, and then you stretch it out. So then now you give the person who's running first leg just a little bit less, and whoever's running third leg just a little bit less, and you just let her open up and just go, bro. That's it.
So look,
You know what I mean?
Like
the
you, they
reason
said that's
the reason why I say
so my
that
man
is
Justin back there.
the,
Yeah. I just
the,
need my space.
the reason why I say this, I always have these little visions before they happen, right? And Justin will tell you, I told him 2 years ago, I said, hey, in 2022, I seen 2 Dennis girls on the 4x1. When I saw it, I called Justin, and Dennis and I don't talk a lot. I mean, when we see each other, we talk or we speak, and he's never said this to me. But when I saw it, I said, and in 2023, I saw another one. I said, Dennis going to try to make 4 girls be on his 4x1. He's going to try to get the whole team to be Star Athletics. Justin's like, you think so? You think he can? I said, he's orchestrating that before it even happens. Even if they don't know it, he's already planning to do it. Even if his team doesn't know it, that's what he's doing. And then it happened. So now I'm thinking about if she wins the 200 at USA Trials, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I mean,
She'll be on
listen,
number 1.
I get that. And I mean, you got to look at, listen, bro. I mean, just thinking about this right now. He had 4 girls on, Dennis had 4 girls on the relay, right? We talking about right now. And then he had 3 guys on the relay. The only thing that stopped him from having 4 guys on the relay is Noah Lyles himself. If Noah was hurt or banged up or couldn't run, you got to remember he had just enough guys who were ready and running fast. What's the guy's name, the taller one that had the braids that was running faster early this season and dropping sub-10s constantly? He was going 995, 994, 993.
I know you're talking about what's his name? He has the shades on.
Tall cat, light skin.
Chad, help us out. We talked about him on the show too. Brandon Hicklin.
Brandon Hicklin.
All right, chat.
Think about the trajectory of Brandon Hicklin this season. Brandon Hicklin was already running constant sub-10s. He was already kind of going in that mode of like he may win one. He was always getting second or maybe third. So he was right there in the mix. I don't know if he got injured or whatever like that this season, but the fact is he was right there in the mix to be able to make sure that he joined his team. I think he would have definitely went out there and try to just run the whole board and be like, I have 4 girls and I have 4 guys on the
4
team,
guys,
which is insane. But throw someone like Sydney in the mix, man, it makes my stomach hurt because now I'm like, oh my God, what's going on, man? It made my stomach hurt, dog. Thinking about it.
She ran 22. She ran 22 flat in the 200 before, and she dropped off like real competitors, man. Gabby was in that race, so
special, man. That's special, man.
Yeah, she's just a special kind of girl. So if the chat's listening, or if the USA sprinters are listening, you guys got that man playing, man. Y'all better plan against it. Because if he got 3 guys, he's going to try to get 4. He's going to try to get 4.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, we that's for you, LaShawn. I don't know if you can see it or not. 360 wrote you and said he still has a shirt LaShawn gave him autographed at Penn Relays. So that means that it was ancient times for us. So they had Team USA versus the world in there for a couple of years now. But hey, 360. He also asked the question of, do you feel like the men need to go ahead and strike for the world record because in the 4x4 because the world is closing the gap down when it comes to Team USA's dominance in the 4x4?
Do I feel like they should go for the world record? Just put a team together at some point and just go for it. I mean, I feel like when they constantly try to put teams together. Man, you know what? It's out there. Botswana, Bennett, they ran fast. People are just going to run faster. Team USA need to, but we got some dogs, man. We got some dogs in the 400. I want to see them all come together. That team last year came really close to breaking that world record. I feel like when I ran, we had some dogs up there. So, yeah, I know it's like, I feel like we had some dogs, man.
You know what? Sean's right, because on that Olympic team, that Olympic 4x4, Quincy wasn't on that team, and they almost broke the world record. If he ran the 4x4, I think the world record would be gone.
Yeah.
43-4, and you put him on the relay with Botswana, they would have ran it. But I think both teams break the 4x4 that way.
You know what? Have you ever seen him run mini 4x4? I wonder how he would run it. He couldn't run it like the 4x1. I mean, the open 4.
I've never seen him run a 4x4. As a pro. I've never seen him
I
run a
haven't
400.
I
played.
haven't seen him. I haven't seen him run over 4.
Because he used to be a 400-meter hurdler, then he dropped to the 400.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
crazy.
Can you imagine
Serena T,
running four
yes.
by four from the back, like last leg coming all the way from the back? Like what? Like edge of your seat, bro.
I've done
Like
that
a
before in
country, bro.
college. Yeah, it's crazy looking. You come off that turn, the top of the turn, where that last 100 meters go, bro, and you just start passing everybody. See you. Like
That's crazy.
to do that in this day and age is ridiculous. Serena
Yes.
T, yes, Brandon Hinkle, it does train with Dennis Mitchell. That's what we're saying. If he was healthy, I think that would have been the play. He was trying to cover the whole board if possible. But once again, you have the great Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles was out there.
Mm-hmm.
He did his thing. He was not going to move off the spot unless he did not make the team. Then it'll be a whole different conversation. But he had to buy for both, so he was on the team.
Yeah, and that boy fast. Like that boy fast, he deserved it. Like I call that boy insurance. If I'm third leg, if they was at a deficit of 5 meters, Noah Lyles walked them out of that deficit. He does.
Yeah.
I believe that 100%. I don't believe Andre DeGrasse was in this shape to run away from Noah Lyles on the last leg. He did. Even if he was at a 5 meters deficit, Noah Lyles would have still got him.
Hey, is it
Noah
true?
he uses arms well, man.
Yeah,
Up
he does.
and down, bro.
Arms
Full
well,
rotation.
man.
Full rotation of that shoulder cap. Full rotation.
And his shoulder caps are bigger. In the last couple of years, his shoulder caps have gotten bigger and more pronounced, and his traps as well. So his whole shoulders, everything, he's stronger and he's able to hold his momentum longer. So that's going to make him
and
more
keep
deadly.
him relaxed.
I do.
They're bigger and not here. They still relax and still low and get that power, man. I love it.
Like for me, Let's see it. Toboho is a true talent, true natural talent, and he's ran some amazing times in the last couple of years. But going into this next era, with these next couple of years, like you have people out there with bigger, stronger upper body who can be able to generate speed quicker than how Lassier generates speed. Lassier is a little smaller up top. He's a small frame guy, but doesn't mean he can't get shoulder caps of his size to be able to generate more power. But you've seen him through the rounds, and it's like he tried to move like on Lavelle, and then he didn't have that power to move on Lavelle, but Lavelle's a bigger guy up top, and he's able to keep that momentum going. So I like to see that from, let's see, in the offseason going into next year and the year after that, like get bigger upper body to be able to battle these guys, because it's gonna, if you don't, then it's gonna be a hard battle to get to the front. You know what I mean? For sure. But I asked a question, man, about Quincy Hall. Does Quincy Hall train himself?
Yes, I heard that.
He does?
Yeah.
I heard he gets workouts, but he works out by himself. Like a lot.
I heard he trains by himself. I don't know if he
like doing his whole plan and everything.
Yeah. I don't know if he does that, but then I would be standing corrected. He would be the first guy that coached himself all the way to the gold medal stand.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah,
that's special, man.
I think we gotta check into that one.
And one of the hardest races in track and field, the 400 is outside of the 3 hardest races for me in track and field, not knocking sprints or not knocking distance. The 3 hardest races, because it deals with lactic and it's not really like an all-out sprint, but it's mid, is the 400-meter hurdles, the 400, and the 800. Those races to me are the 3 hardest races in track.
Okay. So DRL, shouts out to DRL, man. He said no, his coach is Curtis Allen.
Oh, okay, boy. Because listen, boy, ain't no freaking way. Ain't no freaking. Ain't no dude going on.
Curtis a mad scientist out there, dog. He got this. He coaching Quincy go out here negative split, dog. And running real times against big dogs, dog. He out here negative split like a mug, dog. Like, every race you've seen him run, he runs from the back in a 400. I can see that. I can see you doing that in a 200, definitely in a 100. But to be able to run from the back and run down people who are running 43s in the process of coming across the finish line to do so, like, bro, he was on something different, dog, for real. I hope
feel like you can.
well.
Like people that far out, and you still mentally feel like I can catch that person. That's something special, bro. Without rigging up and still getting everything out of your strides. Like I can imagine coming off the or being a runner from the back, and every time I feel like I gotta go catch somebody. Like I gotta go catch. I can catch him. But I mean, different strokes for different folks. But
Yeah.
that takes a lot of mental willpower also.
Yeah.
Look,
I think
I think
I just lost a question that was asking about versus upper body versus lower body. They said my upper body was bigger, but no, I was actually very proportionate across the board. The way we trained is same thing how Dennis trained his athletes right now. He probably has Dennis is a paranoid kind of coach, but then at the same time he switches some things up here and there throughout different years, right? When it comes to training. But the fundamental that he gives is the fact of Monday we go on upper body isolation, Tuesday we go on lower body isolation. And then so Wednesday is a more of off day plyometrics, Thursday upper body, Friday lower body, and we would get it in like old school. Like we start off with traditional squats, like on your back, you know what I mean, and then we would double it, come back around. We're doing like something like more 20-degree angle squats, like literally as you get off the rack. So it would still make you stronger lower body, but it wouldn't make you bigger, like thighs and calves and everything wouldn't be bigger to where you couldn't run. So like you don't have to be big lower body as upper body, you know. So
let me see this. In 2015, who could guess what Justin weight was in 2015?
2015.
You remember what your weight was? I remember what your weight was.
I know exactly what my weight was in 2015. Yeah.
Let's see.
202.
Not even close. You think he looked like that?
I'm back. I'm past that now. So
yeah, listen, he looked like that. When you hear it, you're gonna be like, no freaking way. Because boy, arms look like two sledgehammers, boy.
So back then, like, and why Rod is trying to make this point is like obviously mass runs different. So Greer West is really close. It was 175. And that was my obviously arguably one of my best years, to where I dropped down to what my normal weight was, which was 180 to 183. That's what I usually run at. And I took more nutrition. I took nutrition very serious in 2015. And then it hit me shred down to that 175. And having that, when you have that, and we all know this because I'm about to say it because we all been with Brooks, when you have that position where your body is light framed, but then your motor is still strong, you're still strong, power to weight ratio. When you have power to weight ratio, like you feel like you can just fly because you ain't carrying that much weight anymore, but you're still strong like you was before. It's almost like being a prize fighter. Like you don't lose your power, but you have a lighter frame, so you can go the endurance of going 12 rounds instead of 5 rounds. So that's exactly what it felt like. And throughout my career, I always had to drop weight. Like when you find people like Noah and Christian, all these guys, they have to go in the gym and bulk up to get bigger. I always have to drop down to get to my race weight constantly, all the time.
I said that to say so when people see you, and LaShawn, you ran against him when he was like that. When you saw him, there was no way you would have guessed that weight. No way you would have guessed. You would have guessed like 195, 190, because that's what he looked like. That's what he looked.
Yeah, that big engine, man.
Yeah,
and that diet, that nutrition, it's good, man.
Is that definitely a good thing to have, man?
So we talked about. I want to talk about what Botswana said in their interview. Well, I'm gonna say Botswana because the whole team was there, but Taboho said it in the interview where he had South Africa behind him, and they were doing their post race conference call. I mean, not conference call, but meeting, interview. Right? Did y'all see that?
We were.
So when he basically said like, "Oh, we wanted to go 1 and 2, but we didn't want Team USA in the middle."
And the open 4x4.
Listen, Africa. They said this on another thing. Africa is on a mission, a continent, on pushing everybody out and having the relays be all Africa. So if you see Kenya get third and it's all of them, boy, listen, boy. At World Relays, if it's first, second, third, which is going to be it's going to just be Africa. Africa trying to dominate, bro. They ain't hiding. They're not hiding it either. They're letting you know. Look, we trying to push everybody out, not just the USA. We pushing everybody out.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, they said Taboho talking trash now.
That's some
They
Hey,
sad
said,
stuff
he
to
said,
say.
they said the Botswana triads was looking at like if Leslie came back with no medals, they had their eyes on him like, boy, you better.
hey, all I can say is, man, the movement we saw when it was the rise of Bolt, that inspiration, that movement where every Jamaican that stepped on the track was trying to do their best and they were trying to be the best in their event, right? That kind of inspiration, the inspiration that flooded outside of the track and into the stadiums and into these countries where you got individuals talking about, yeah, I got about like 2% of Jamaican in me. I'm Jamaican too. Like, like that kind of thing. Listen,
Botswana.
Africa, I'm not saying just Botswana. I'm saying
Botswana.
Africa is about to come with that same movement, bro. Everybody gonna be on their ancestry.com talking about, yeah, you see this right here? I'm Nigerian. I'm Cameroonian, bro. That's why I can cheer for them. Africa's literally about to come, and they're about to come into track and field from the sprint side in a force and a wave that we've never experienced before. Like,
It's
I'm not gonna be
beautiful.
surprised in the next 4 years that it's going to be gold, silver, and bronze in some event that's going to be all Africans of some sort, bro. Like, it's coming. I'm telling you.
Listen, I know. I saw Rye was very upset because they lost. I know in my head, Rye don't like to travel, but in my head, I feel like because World Relays is in Botswana, he like, we got to go there. I want to beat them. I want to beat them. Whoever on the team, I want to go there and beat them there. I feel like the 4x4 in Botswana are going to be the biggest event in Botswana because that's where World Relays is, bro. I don't think it's something you want to miss.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
But Ryan going to Botswana. He going. He going. He want to beat them there. He ain't gonna wait to China. He ain't waiting to China. That's where World's at, right? 2027 Worlds is in China, right?
Yeah,
I think it's the next one in China.
Man,
He want to get them.
alone.
Ryan
At home.
he said, I want to beat them in their backyard, boy. I want to beat you in the front of your mama and your daddy. And you know what they gonna say? You think I'm gonna let you beat me in the front of my mama and my daddy? Man, my daddy out there. We gonna win.
Right.
Listen. I am USA all day. I ran for USA, but the black in me is proud that Africa's on the rise, boy. I be like, you know what? That's a little bit of me in there, boy. You on the right side. Some of the way. Hey,
I love it.
I'm gonna say this though, Africa, y'all better leave Ryan Benjamin alone, man. Y'all saw what happened with Warholm, man. Warholm broke Ryan on TV, man. He cried and then he came back and
he came back whooping ass.
He came back whooping ass. Man. If he gonna jump down to this floor, it's about to be a fight. It's about to be.
He say.
What do you? He say he coming to the 2. He say he coming to the 2 on it. He say he coming after Noah.
Hold up. He bypassing the 400 flat and jumping down to the 2.
He said that in his interview. He said, "I am coming for Noah next year." And what it is, the World Ultimate Games. What is that? It's new. Anyway.
Yeah. World Athletics is putting it together.
Yeah. The Ultimate World.
1999,
I think.
1999. Okay.
1999. So he say he coming for Noah. He said he gonna train for it and everything.
Well, listen, 1999 is a long way from what Noah could run, bro.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I even seen Noah run 1999. I never even seen Noah run 1999 in a very long time. He definitely got to step his game up to jump down to the 2. I'm very surprised with that. Very surprised.
I feel like next year a lot of people are going to be because it's
they say he doing both. He said he doing the 4 and the 2 on
y'all.
Oh, he trying to pull a LaShawn. LaShawn, when you tried to do that, Bolt was around, so that was like the hardest shit to do.
Yeah. To do 2-4 when you hear somebody like dominating the 2, or you had a couple people dropping times in the 2. That's hard. And you got a couple people right now that's 19.5, 19.6, like in the 200. So that's not going to be anything to just hop into. I remember early on in my career, bro, I ran a 200 and got like 5th or 6th, and I ran 2010. It was like 19. 19.6, 19.7, or it was 19.6, 19.7, 19.8, 19.9. I ran 20.10 and got fifth. I said, yo, I'm going back to the 4, bro, because yeah, I got fifth. This is a regular meet. I got paid for this meet too. The come here and they dropped, and I got fifth in 2010. I said, whoa.
I said, let me go back to the phone right quick, man. I was just hollering at y'all,
Yeah.
visiting, saying, checking how y'all was doing. Y'all good though. I'm out.
Listen, man, the track is way different nowadays, bro. Because listen, it's like a damn download, bro. Like somebody can come in and say, "Hey, I'm about to go run the 2 and the 4 next year." It's like, "Oh, I'm about to go to the store, give me a download, or go on the internet and give me a download on how to run the 400, or give it to your coach." Because Joanna Hayes, I've never seen Joanna Hayes coach the 2 and the 4, but obviously, clearly, you can study it as a coach, and you can learn the craft and what to do correctly, and then I can implement and teach my athletes how to do it correctly, and then we can go out here and win. It's science now, I guess, right? Because back in the day, it would be a coach who'd be like, no, I don't play with them hurdles. I am a 100-meter coach. I don't do none of those.
Right.
I coach the sprints. Nowadays, you'd be like, hey, I coach a little sprints. I coach a little, you know what? Give me about a year, man. I'm going to do the study, and I'm going to be jumping too. I'm going to be a coach to do the jumps as well. So
I don't think next year. Bro, you see, Spider just says Zarnell ran 19.7 and got fifth.
Bro, that's crazy.
Championship, man. That's crazy. That's
crazy, dog. That's crazy. Like seriously, that is crazy.
19.7 don't even get you fourth, boy. It got you fifth.
Yes, we both ran 19.7. We know what it feels like. You running, you're running, and you get fifth running 19.7. Yeah, dog. Times have changed.
I feel like Noah doesn't run 200s next year. I feel he goes back and he focuses solely on the 100.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no real reason. Yeah, because he's going to run to try the PB and the 100 going back into 2027.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happens with Noah. He didn't really. I really personally feel that Noah didn't care too much about the 100 this year. His ego was bruised for the 200. He know, and it's heart of hearts, I gotta win that. He says the one that keeps eluding him is that Olympic gold medal. So he was like, I gotta reassure myself, get this 200-meter world champion back to let people know it's me. I'm Himothy. And he had to let people know. So now he's gonna drop back to the 1, and then he's gonna try to defend it in 27, and then he's gonna try to get that Olympic gold in 28.
Oh, 100%. That would make sense. I mean, because next year is an off year, so he could play around a little bit, or it's the Ultimate World Championships, whatever they're gonna call it. But yeah, he could play around a little bit more and not be as stressed. He got his World Championship goal. He got 4, and he got his Olympic 100 meters, and he didn't do well in the 100, as he wanted to. I think he's gonna want to get his get back. I think he want to jump out there and do better. You know what I mean? So he the kind of person when he's down, he gonna try to get back up and be better than he was before. So I think we're gonna see more of him in that 100 going into next season for sure. But yeah, man. What are they talking about? Oh, Anna Hall. Shout out to Anna Hall, man. She won the gold as well. You know what I mean? She did her thing. She's amazing, bro. I really look up to those multi-athletes, man. Them decathletes, heptathletes, like to be able to go out there and do that. Like they literally take a carry-on bag onto the track. They lunch, they implement everything because they know they about to be out. I'm gone for the day, honey. I'm going for the day. I'm not coming back anytime soon. I'm gonna be out here from 9 to 9. So yeah, that shouts out to her, man. I think, to be honest, shouts out to Cole Hawker too, man. Cole Hawker
and the 5,000.
And the 5,000, dog. He had to get a get back real quick. He had to get his get back real quick.
He had to. What he doing in the 1,500 trying to shimmy through 2 people like they weren't there? Man, what is this? What is that? Man, he knew he was disqualified, bro. He might as well have been running and been like timeout.
Yeah, yes.
Congrats.
But the thing with Cole is that's his tactic for the 15. Like that's how he won the gold medal, bro. He runs to the inside, especially in the last lap, and he makes sure that for whatever reason, he's boxed in. So when they start sprinting for the finish line, the inside kind of opens up just ever so slightly that he can be able to run through the traffic and be able to be the guy who wins the race. That's what happened last year, man. Everybody's worried about themselves. And was it Kerr and Jakob were trying to fight each other. Nagoose didn't get the job done. And Cole Hawkins said, "Oh, excuse me, here I am. I'm gonna get the job done." Right. So he tried to do it this year and it ain't work. He was boxed in, and then he had to do a little shimmy like, "Excuse me, let me get by you." Got that little DQ, and I know that gave him kind of a little momentum to go into this 5,000 and win. But he swung on the outside for the 5,000 to win. But why would you? But as like you said earlier, Rod, why would you, as a race, a whole competition, people in the same race, you know that he's a threat, especially he has the biggest kick out of anybody. You box this man in. Slow him down a little bit or something. You know what I mean? He ran away with that one.
Hey, you got fans remembering your first world championship in 2005. Marfu, I hope I said that right. I hope that's
both of ours, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. Helsinki. We were
there. Yeah, look at him. He done forgot. That's when you know you had a long career. He had to think, hey, 2005, where was I?
That's the whole look up.
A real good career, bro. You done did more bigger things and forgot about it. Forgot that you even did it.
Hey, he was on the I have to recall for real. Hold on real quick.
Yeah, no, I was actually seeing me look for it.
Yeah.
Listen.
Helsinki. Reindeer burgers. Yeah, we ate the reindeer burgers. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Fun fact about LaShawn. LaShawn always used to be like the fastest guy at the World Championships or the Olympics with the 400 meters, but would rarely have the fastest split on the 4x4 because he would come off the last 100 just looking at the jumbotron the whole time. I'm just run to win. That's all I'm gonna do.
A lot of jumbotron watching, from looking on the backstretch to look up to even in the 400. I definitely used everything around me to keep it going, to make it easier as possible.
Good question from September in the chat. They said, "Rod, what did you mean about Sydney was loaded at USA's and tapering?"
Meaning she was going through heavy training when she was at USA. It wasn't like a coach won't lighten up on your body or make it as fresh as it can be for the race. And a lot of coaches go through that. Like she trained through USA's. Like there was no, we going light today, ain't no stride day. And it'd be like, we ain't even reusing that meet as a workout. That's what we're using that. To see how fast you could run loads. And then, because the real goal was world championships. Now, the athlete might not know that that's what the coach is doing. If you're not a good, if your IQ is not high enough to understand what the coach is doing, just do what your coach say. Because usually they're master engineers in what they're trying to do with you. But especially experienced coaches, nobody should be questioning Bobby Kersey. This man got more Olympic and world medals than any coach out there. I probably could put my bottom dollar on it. He gotta have more medals than any other coach out there, Olympic and worlds. But I know somebody gonna fact check me on that. But that's what I mean.
Yeah, and which is the audacity. The audacity to come into nationals, still loaded and still training through nationals, knowing that you can. I'm just gonna go ahead and win real quick, and I'm just gonna start tapering off for world championships. So it makes sense, September, why she ran all out. 48.90 to run through the line and almost looked like she was gassed a little bit, to the fact of then you turn the page a month later or so, and then now she's running 48.20 something, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that she was loaded through that process, and then Bobby tapered her off ever so slightly every week leading up to the world championships. And that's why you see that dramatic drop from 48.90 down to
compensations.
Boy, what?
And that's why you will always see Sydney. She's not sure what she's going to run. She's not, because when he starts to taper, she don't know where she's going to fall at.
Serena T, I mean, you can question Bobby for a thing, but sometimes it's the athletes as well. The athletes have to be mentally tapped in to be able to receive
Mm-hmm.
the training that's in the process that's needed. You can't just force that kind of training and fitness onto somebody. And not saying that's the thing's fault either. But the fact is, it's just some great athletes don't mix well with great coaches. It just ain't the blend. It's all doesn't just be cookie cutter that way. It's sometimes come with temperament as well. Like if you a laid back coach and you have an intense athlete, you need to find a coach that's going to be in your ass. You need to be an intense coach with an intense athlete. You know what I mean? So it just ain't work out for her within that system.
Some athletes come in too on the high horse. Like if they have a lot of achievements and they don't know the backstory of the coach, because I've watched a lot of athletes go to Brooks not knowing his history, and if you don't know why they can tell you what they can tell you, you would question them. Because Brooks would come out there one day like, I know a lot of athletes. I know y'all used to be tired of that warm up 200. Y'all remember that warm up 200? So if nobody know what we talk about, Brooks would make you warm up, do a full warm up, and run a 200 and like 21 flat, 20 point, and then do the workout.
Absolutely.
And then do the workout after that. Like that wasn't a part of the workout. That was a part of your warm up. You had to do that, and then the workout starts. So, but he has medalists. Like, so you can't question them, because if you do question them, you ain't coming back to practice.
Listen, it would be days we all would line up going through our warm up, and then have to line up on this 200. We all looking around at each other like, man, let's just get this run done, bro. This, of course, it doesn't make sense to us, but let's just get this run done and be done, man. And get into the workout. Imagine you wake up every day. Imagine you wake up every day, chat, and you have to run and you have to sprint a 200 to even just get to your workout.
20 point, bro. Yeah, it's serious.
20 point.
Yep.
20 point after you do a skill. Now you gotta go out there and really run.
LaShawn, they got a question. How was your friendship or rivalry with Jeremy Werner?
How it was, it was like two people fighting for the same promotion. It was respect in it. We didn't eat together uh, at lunch during competition or ride beside each other on the bus, but it was mutual respect there because we understood how hard it was to train and get ready for the battle that we would have to go up against each other all the time. So we knew we had to always bring our best self when we locked up. But big respect there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I want to bring up another race, man. You know, the race that surprised me, man. After watching Katie Hodgson open up her first 800 and running 154, I thought she was like, she had that doggone 800 in the bag. But the Kenyan Lillian Odira ends up running a championship record in 154.62, man. The way her and Georgia Hunter Bell, I didn't know Hunter Bell was going to beat. I thought Hunter Bell was going to get third, but that was definitely a fast race, man. You had first place was 154, first to third was 154. 154.91 was third, and Katie Hodgson, which was crazy, bro. If you told me 3 women were going to run 154 at this world championship, it was going to be crazy. And Mary Mora took them out so hard. You know what I mean? I feel like she took them out a little too hard, so she didn't have enough in the end. But I was definitely surprised that Keely, the Olympic champion, couldn't pull it out.
Yeah, I think, I mean, Keely's had a great season, right? And I think she also came off an injury early on to be able to come back into the season. And I think she, PR'd from her first race out, or she dropped a really hot time her first race out?
She got close to her PB. She dropped 154 out the gate, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, so obviously she was feeling good. And going into a race like this, it's not always just about the speed and the capabilities. It's also the strategy. You know what I mean? Like we know she's in that shape. But then the fact of how are you running it? Because there's certain ways of how you can run certain times. We've seen people run sub 10s all different kind of ways, from the front, from the back, from the side. And obviously you got to put that same strategy into, running a 1500, 800, whatever else. And she may have been off her pace or off her race strategy, and she's trying to, maneuver differently. But also for people to run her down to run that kind of time too, that means that field was in shape. That field was ready to go out there and do some damage as well, man. So Super talent. Obviously, she wanted to go out there and win and do her thing, but I think she's on a really good pace to do some special stuff going into next season. So shouts out to the gold medalist, shouts out to silver, shouts out to bronze, shouts out to Keely for having a good season to bounce back healthy.
I saw a question from me earlier. They asked who was my coach in the Bahamas coming up. My coaches were Kurt Hollingsworth and Wayne Smith out of Freeport, Grand Bahama. But I see a question for LaShawn. LaShawn, what is your take on Quincy Wilson, the young boy, the young bull?
Dog. He can run, man. I like him. I don't know as far as a coaching standpoint on how much they're giving him and how often he runs and everything. So I don't watch it from that aspect or know the numbers there. But when I do see him compete, there's some things he do right as far as mechanics. There are some things he do wrong that could be cleaned up to be more efficient. Uh, I like the heart in him. I like the athletic ability. He's competitive. I think he'll do well. I think there's some cleaning up and form and technique that'll make him feel easier when he runs to be able to pull out more speed. So I'm looking forward to his coaching in the career and seeing uh, how much they get out of him, how much um, he continued to learn about the sport and how far he goes. So a good kid too. Out of everything I met him, he used to train in Virginia when he was younger. I've talked to some people that know his character and all around good kid.
Hey, I
Good
got
kid,
something to say to the chat, man. We want to know how much of y'all use Row Sparks, man. LaShawn, you know about Row Sparks? If you don't know, run that ad. What's up, guys? We are a Row partner. In your relationship, how does your partner tell you that they're ready for sex? Is it a wink? Is it an outfit that they're wearing? You know, when you get that hint, you know it's time to pop a Row Sparks.
Rose Sparks is that 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who need that secret weapon. Rose Sparks give you the boost to last longer so everyone can have pleasure in bed.
Connect with a provider at row.co/RSG to find out if a prescription Rose Sparks is right for you. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off on your first order of Sparks on a reoccurring plan. That's row.co/RSG for $15 off your first order. Now let's get back to the episode. Hey, Aaron Spider, I sent some Row to your house, man. That's for you. Go. My boy Aaron, man. Shout out to Aaron.
Beautiful, man.
Anyway,
Get it.
back to the episode, man. Shoot,
No, Golden Nine, do not. But you know what? Hey, if you need it, go get it.
Y'all get y'all sharper with it.
I said, man, y'all go ahead, buy up the road, man. Support us. That's how we keep bringing y'all good content, man.
That it is.
Can Noah break the 200-meter world record? I think. Be careful.
1919 is tough.
Let me be careful with this. I think he can. I think Noah lost someone who he has a good coach, but I think Noah had a secret weapon and having what's the guy's name who passed? God forgive me.
Oh, Ralph Mann. Ralph Mann was really, really good with working with Noah and Lance Brahman on getting him together. With his passing, I mean, I think that was a real intricate part of his training on how he would handle analytics and what he needed to do. But that piece missing, I think he does run fast, but that 1919, I like I said, he has to prove me wrong. I don't think he gets it. I think he could get 19.2, but that 1919, boy, he gonna have like every condition is gonna have to be right. It's gonna have to be like 78 degrees, 2.0 wind, Mondo track, and maybe a super duper spike. I don't know. I'm gonna say that he's gonna have to dedicate himself to just the 200 and really kind of work on mastering the 200 itself. I think running both is probably going to be wearing on him to be able to run that kind of time. Just my opinion, right? I mean, but he went out there and went 19.3 also. What was that same year he won the it was that in 2023? He ran
No, it's
19.3?
2022. He didn't run the 122. He
Okay,
ran just the
so
200.
and that's when he ran 19.3, right?
Uh-huh.
So I think he's gonna dedicate himself to that. You know what I mean? But listen, we all know Bolt different, bro. Bolt can go out there and run damn 4 rounds at 100 meters. And when he was on, and that's what he wanted to go get, that 1919. So it's different, man. But not gonna say that I'm not gonna say that Noah can't, but
Yeah, I didn't say
I'm
he
gonna say
can't.
that it's gonna be very, very tall order. He's gonna have to use a step ladder and probably another fire ladder to get up there to do that kind of thing. That's different. That's different from 19.3. That's still a whole nother world.
The funny
for
thing,
sure.
the funny thing, this is what I feel like with the Noah fans, and I like Noah. Like, I've met Noah several times. We spoke a few times and everything. I do like Noah. What made Bolt so special, bro? He was breaking 3 championship records in the championship. He was breaking champion or world records in a championship, like 3 of them. You know what I mean? I mean, with the help of his training or his teammates in the 4x1, but that's what made it special. He just wasn't winning. He was making world records and all. And I think 2 championships back to back, which was crazy. It was just as crazy. So when you think about that, like him trying to, or people or fans trying to amount him to that level, I think they have to go back and go from 2008 all the way through 2016 and watch Bolt. Then you will realize like why I talk the way I do about him. And you guys ran against him, so you guys agree with me too, correct?
I mean, he's a big human, bro. I mean, Bolt was just a big human. It wasn't that he just was tall. His size matched his height. Like, he was very proportionate. You know what I mean? So to be a big human, to be able to run fast, you got to remember that when Bolt started up, Bolt had to learn how to be able to run with a less long stride that he naturally would have. He had to be able to run at 6'5". He had to learn how to be able to run like he was 6 foot or 6'1" or something like that. So he had to be able to chop down on how his stride length would be to be able to keep stepping and run those faster times. Because if you watch him in a lot of the races that he does not do well, he runs like he's big, right? He has his arms are a little more flaily,
A little wider.
a little more reaching. But when he's running, like really the races he really runs fast, he's
Right up
proportionate
under
and
him.
he's turning over. Exactly. So that's something that obviously you could teach somebody who's big how to run a little smaller. That's what he did. He's alien. That's what he do.
I like that.
Yeah. I think we hit everything, bro.
We did. Congratulations to all our gold medalists at World Championships. I got a few calls, man. People were upset that we didn't go to Worlds, man. They say we would have got a content house, and we could have ran it like how we did Paris. So listen, we got to make a gift box, man. If y'all don't know, man, we fit our bills to go everywhere. We pay for ourselves. So when y'all see us places, ain't no sponsors there, man. We pay for our own way to go.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, we built this Ready, Set, Go with our team, our production team of Title League. We built this from ground up. So all the subscribers you see are organic people who watched and loved. And loved what we talk about and bring in our friends on like LaShawn and everybody else who've been on the show. Like, we built this brick by brick. So just
proud of y'all, man. Proud of y'all.
Appreciate it, man. And y'all got to realize, like, we want to give back to the culture. That's what we're trying to do. So we came on here with a heavy sponsorship from one of these shoe companies, Adidas, Nike, whatever like that, straight off the bat. We would have had no power to be able to say, hey, this is what we can talk about, what we can't talk about, right? Because then the interest of those big old sponsors would be like, hey, we controlling how the narrative of the show goes. So we wanted to make sure that you guys get the culture. We want to make sure you guys get what's real and have a place where we can talk about any and everything and just keep it 100, right? So, but down the line, we have, obviously, because of your help, fans and supporters, we have be able to have a culture that's clearing and getting to that 100,000 mark on subscribers. So click, like, subscribe, tell your friends. And the bigger we grow, that's how we are able to maintain the sponsors that we do have and be able to keep these shows coming and be able to bring on guests at some point in time because we have that stretch to be able to get out there, man. So we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all definitely, man. Especially everybody in the chat, especially everybody
Definitely.
from the World Championships who've been with us every day, watched it in the morning with us, and then come back out in the nighttime and help us report it. Because we all don't still sit back. Y'all also give love. Y'all show love. Y'all have laughs and jokes. And we had a great time, man. So, man, this World Championship was really good, man. Really good.
And we want y'all to stay tuned in the off season, man. We got some special shows coming. We got some episodes coming.
Get that merch coming too.
Some legends, and we got a page building where we got merch coming. That Ready hat y'all see Justin wear with the upside down Ready, that's a Ready Set Go hat. I mean, I had a lot of people DM me about the hat, DM me about the shirt I wear, DM me about the shirt Justin wear, or the hoodie they see us have on. They want to buy them. So and LaShawn, yours in the mail. All our guests gonna get one, you know. So we just want to tell y'all we appreciate y'all for helping us grow and bringing y'all information. But like I said, in the off season, we got some interesting shows. Boy, we're gonna crack Pandora's box on a lot of things that's very Pandora's box in track and field.
For sure.
Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man.
Appreciate it.
But
that being
Sean,
said, man,
you owe us a sit down show though.
I'm with it. I'm doing a lot right now, man. Moving around, retired, trying to make my mark in some different lanes, but it'll come around, and I'll definitely be there for you.
All right,
definitely, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Hey, if y'all in the VA, y'all got some kids. I see y'all up there shouting the VA, man. This man over here does a training for it, man. So make sure y'all get with LaShawn, because he out there training these kids to get that perfect form, the immaculate form.
Sean, get them your handle and tell them where you at. You know, at least before we go, they know where to find you or what your handle is.
Yeah.
I see you got your shirt on, so you can show your shirt, LaShawn Merritt. Or whatever.
I do sprint master classes. Yeah, I don't coach daily right now, but I take 30 athletes at a time and push the Merritt mindset, which are a set of core values that you can implement in sport that translates to life, that will put you in position to just bring your best self and be your best self and be a champion in life. And I do them all over the country. It's a Sprint to Success masterclass. You can go on Instagram, Facebook, just put my name in, and I got info all around about when I have next ones coming up. I have Charlotte, October 12th, and Virginia Wesleyan in Virginia, October 26th. And I'm gonna just keep it going. It's my way to pour back into the next generation where they respect the messenger, they respect the form and technique and what I give on that part. But like I said, the root and the core value is the Merritt mindset. And that's just those principles and core values that translate to life.
Hey, man, that's amazing, because being a champion is not just the physical part. It's not just about the coaching and the physical. It's about the mindset as well, because we've seen a lot of athletes who have the capabilities to go out there and do amazing things, and they don't have the mindset to get it done, or sometimes even get onto the track. So I think that's very valuable, man. Very valuable and commendable.
And I'm a mindset guy. You know, I'm not that natural competitor. So I was strategic, and I knew I could execute. So if you can create these habits and implement them in your daily routine, whatever you do in life, you'll excel. So that's the mission and purpose right now for me with the young kids, with the young people. For sure, man. Yeah.
With that being said,
yes, sir.
We thank you guys for joining us. And we will be back. We hope you guys enjoy us. And till our next episode on Ready, Set, Go!
What's up, guys? Appreciate you watching this episode of RSG, man. If you may not know, we have just started our Discord channel, man. If you want to be able to sit down with us, have some conversations, have some banter back and forth, come see us.
We have an active channel where you guys can talk with Justin and I regularly, and we have race predictions.
And occasionally on Sunday, you'll be able to speak to Rod and I personally, and also we'll have guests.
And when we drop any announcements or merch, that'll be the first place you can see it.
And we'll also have some lucky fans be able to ask some questions to our guests. So hit the link in the bio.